It's the dead of night on the Hermitcraft server, my friends, and we are about ready to reveal the giant ReNDoG USB stick of doom that actually doesn't do anything but looks kind of cool. Greetings, Cyberdogs and citizens of the interwebs! This is ReNDoG coming at you in another episode of Minecraft Survival from the Hermitcraft server. What's happening? Take a look at this. We are kicking things off today with some diamonds in the belly. Oh, don't mind if I do, baby. Hope you guys are doing good wherever you are in the world today. Last episode, I think we ended off setting up this new strip mine, didn't we? Yeah. Also, I'm still very rusty right now, guys. Just got back from my holiday, still trying to get into the swing of recording. The brain, the fingers, the mouth, and, well, the skills of Minecraft are still trying to align with one another. Everything's still feeling a little bit disjointed. I've been on a beach for quite a long time, and I'm still struggling to adapt to this brand new cold weather I now live in. That was a ridiculous amount of diamonds. I thank you very much for that, Minecraft. Beautiful. But yeah, I'm kind of struggling, guys. I'm sitting here. It's early Sunday morning. I've got my socks on. I've got my thermal underwear on. I've got a freaking granny blanket around my shoulders. Oh my goodness. I don't know what I'm doing in this cold. I can't even feel my fingertips right now, guys. Let me tell you something, man. I need to do something about the heating in this house. I live in a pretty old house, and the heating's pretty bad. So when it gets really cold in England, the ReNDoG suffers a little bit. Anyhoozle, welcome back, guys. It's Hermitcraft time, baby. I have been spending the last hour or so down here in the strip mine collecting a bunch of resources. It's been going pretty good, actually. I've got a ridiculous amount of diamonds. Got 23 diamonds out of that sort of double patch of diamond action over there. That's pretty sweet. But take a look at this, man. I've also collected a ridiculous amount of coal, which is good. A bunch of lapis and, well, a bunch of redstone, which, well, we're going to use for probably nothing. Let's be honest with ourselves, but hey, maybe we can give it to Mumbo or something, or give it to Iskall, or someone who can actually make use of all of that freaking redstone. In other news, I've also managed to collect a ridiculous amount of stone using Silkworm Jim the First, and a whole bunch of cobblestone too. So all in all, it's been a pretty lucrative little mining session down here. I think I'm quite happy with all of the resources that we've got. By the way, guys, thank you so much for all the love and all the comments in the previous episode. Everybody welcome me back from holiday. Thank you all. I appreciate it. Oh, hi. I just put myself in a hole. Very good. But yeah, thanks for all of the comments, and thank you to everybody who pointed out that at the end of the last episode, I actually put Moses down in a shulker box somewhere. Yeah, I've just picked Moses up again. Okay, guys, don't panic. Moses is still alive. Haven't lost him quite yet, although at this rate, we're probably going to lose our pet rock pretty soon in this series. I seem to be putting him down quite a lot. Anyway, today, we're going to be heading back to the Netherboard. We're going to be doing a little bit of work over there. I want to start working on a giant item silo, because at the moment in the series we are attempting to collect a double chest of all of the reasonable items that we can get in Minecraft, and I want to start setting up a massive item a massive item silo to store all of the items that we're going to be trying to collect. So we're going to head back to the Netherboard, start cracking on that. I also want to start working a little bit more on the ReNDoG USB stick that's currently in the Netherboard. It's sort of unfinished. It's a project that we started last year. I want to get back to that, and we've got a little bit of cleaning up to do around the Netherboard too. So should be a jam-packed episode of awesomeness, guys. Sit back, relax. Hope you got a tasty beverage, crunchy snack, all of that jazz. Hope you're having a sweet day, and let's get busy, baby. Let's get ourselves back to the Netherboard. Cyberdog, I cannot tell a lie. I am so very pleased to be back at the Netherboard. I have missed this place something fierce, baby. By far, my favorite base that I've ever created in this marvelous game. And Moses and I have just been flying around the joint, getting reacquainted with this beautiful island, trying to figure out exactly what we are going to be doing for the next part of Hermitcraft Season 5. I have been taking a look around, and I have noticed a whole bunch bunch of junk has slowly started to build itself up on our island. We've got a whole bunch of weird things over here. We've got a derpy-faced present that Iskal gave me in a live stream last year. We've got a representation of a segment of the Netherboard over there that needs to go. We've also got a beautiful Christmas tree over here, which I've been told by many of you guys in the comments of the previous episode was given to us by False Symmetry. So that's really awesome. We need to figure out something really cool to do for Falsey. Hey, I'm going to need your help on this one. Let's do something nice for False. Any ideas out there? Let me know in the comments, okay? If you guys come up with a cool idea that we can do for Falsey, I will do it in the next couple of episodes or so, because she gave us quite a nice Christmas present while we were away. A whole bunch of sweet resources over here. In fact, this black concrete is something that we actually need in today's episode, so that's going to be kind of useful. Now, I have also updated our quest wall. It's a brand new year. 2018 is kicking in, baby. We just got a whole bunch of resources from the strip mine, and next up, let's get our ducks in a row over here. Let's figure out exactly what we need to do for the next few weeks on the Hermitcraft server. I've had a look through some of the quests that are here. There are still a couple of quests that are here that we will leave, because we still need to do a few of these, including killing the frickin' wither, which we will do at some point. But I've done some updates over here. We need to finish the entrance and exits of the Netherboard. That's actually supposed to be the Nether Tunnel. So we'll finish the entrance and exits of the Nether Tunnel. We need to complete the redstone for the Mobilisa zombie farm and shop. We need to collect a double chest of every reasonably acquired item. And we need to build a massive silo to store all, with the little star, because we're not going to collect all of them, of course, the items in the game. So those are our current major quests for Season 5. We're going to kick things off today by doing a little bit of a cleanup, I think. I want to get rid of all of these weird things around the Netherboard. And right here on the Mumbo face, which we used to kill ourselves at some point, we are going to be building a massive... Well, I guess it's going to be a hard drive, right? It's going to be a place where we're going to be storing all the items in Minecraft. I've done a little bit of research, by the way, guys. Apparently, according to a Wikipedia that I found, or a Minecraft wiki anyway, there are over 360 items and blocks in the game of Minecraft. And obviously, there's some of those blocks that we're not going to be able to collect a double chest of, i.e. the dragon head, all of the other heads, the mob heads and so on, nether stars, wither skeleton skulls, those sort of things we're not going to be able to get a double chest of. So I would say maybe minus 20 or 30 items and blocks. We're probably going to be collecting about 340 items, a double chest of 340 items anyway, in this hard drive that we're going to be building. Let's call it the Nether Drive, shall we? That's a cool name for it. It's a hard drive that's going to be called the Nether Drive. Basically, it's going to be about 350 double chests filled with all the items that we can reasonably collect in the game. That sounds like a pretty ambitious plan for 2018, but let's do it, baby. I'm up for it. First thing that we need to do, though, guys, is clean this place up and get rid of all of these derpy freaking things that have slowly started to litter our base. I guess we'll start with this little present over here that Iskal made for us. It's kind of derpy, like nobody's business. I do kind of like it, but it is sort of obscuring the view over here. This is probably going to sound kind of weird, guys, but one of my favorite things to do in life is to clean my house. I know that sounds kind of weird, but stick with me on this one. I generally am a rather messy person. In fact, my house is kind of a real-life representation of, I guess, what happens in my Minecraft worlds. A whole bunch of chests start to gather, a whole bunch of junk starts to accumulate throughout the house, and once every week or so, I do a thorough cleaning of the place. And oh, baby, it feels so good when my house is completely clean. My mum always used to tell me when I was a kid, messy room, messy mind. And that's a little bit of a philosophy that I've taken along with me into life. And I gotta say, man, it's completely true. When my house is clean, when my Minecraft base has been cleaned up, when all of the junk has been removed, it feels pretty freaking good, doesn't it? Well, I've cleaned up all of these weird things that were scattered around the base, and the place is looking nice, and we can get cracking now with some actual crafting. Been making myself a little bit of black concrete over here. First thing that I want to get stuck into is this giant thing over here. We started working on this last year, and the idea for this thing is that it's going to be a giant USB stick sticking into the Netherboard, and it's also going to be, well, our bedroom. Currently in the Netherboard, we have nowhere to, well, lay our heads, so to speak. We don't actually have a bedroom in our base right now, and I thought that maybe we could turn this thing into a bedroom. on second thought, I'm not sure it's going to work out quite the way that I wanted to, because it's kind of small. There's not a lot of surface area inside of this USB for a bedroom, but I kind of want to get this thing finished off. So I'm going to spend a little bit of time off camera working on that, and I do want to get cracking on the foundations for the nether drive today too. But today, I think, to kick things off on the crafting side of things, let's finish this thing off. I need to add another RD on this side. I need to get all the walls built up over here. And the one thing that kind of worries me about this particular build is that it's kind of ominous, right? By the way, I've just got a whole bunch of shulker boxes here filled with the orange and black concrete and uranium that we're going to need for today. But this thing is going to be basically a giant solid triangle? Rectangle in the middle of the netherboard, and my fear is that it's going to block off the view of the Von Butts Industrial Park over here. So what I want to do is just build up one of these walls. I'm probably going to start on this side, actually, and I want to make sure that there's a little bit of depth into this too, which is why I feel there might not be enough room for an actual house or a base or a place to lay our heads, so to speak, right? Because what I want to do is I want to set the wall up on the inside of this thing over here so that we have a little bit of depth on the outside. We've got these sort of pillars holding the thing up, right? And that's literally going to leave us with 3 blocks in the center, which isn't exactly going to be very roomy, isn't it? It might not work out quite the way that I wanted to, but let me tell you what, guys, let me get some blocks down over here. Let's have a look at what it's going to look like, and hopefully it's not going to be too bad. Well, it turns out, guys, I'm completely out of orange glass at the moment. So much for resource collecting at the start of 2018, am I right? Also, on top of that, the Doom Smelter is completely packed up at the moment with a ridiculous amount of items trying to get through these hopper chains over here. So I've just been doing a little bit of tweaking over here to try and get this thing up and running, trying to make myself a little bit more glass. That glass is currently smelting away. Let's just make sure the Doom Smelter is doing its business. Yep, looking good. All of the furnites are currently cooking, or at least most of them are anyway. And yeah, take a look at this. I've come up with a pretty cool design for our USB stick. Unfortunately, this design is meant that this building is not going to be a bedroom. There's just not enough space inside of this thing for a bedroom. It's basically going to be just an aesthetic upgrade to the netherboard. Something that says this is ReNDoG's base. And you know what? That's kind of cool. I've tried a new design over here in the wall. I've gone for this weird sort of zigzag structure, or zip structure, I guess, is what I would call it, I suppose. Looks kind of cool. I think it fits into the design of the netherboard quite nicely. We've not used this pattern before here, so that's looking pretty sweet. And I've got a line of uranium running up the center of this USB stick, and that's why I need a little bit more orange glass to sort of finish that off. But I think that's looking kind of cool. I want to do this all the way around the USB stick, see what it's going to look like, and hopefully it's going to turn out pretty good. But I like the way that it's looking right now. I do want to get myself some more glass though, so let's get back into the Doom Smelter. Let's have a look if our glass has actually been smelted over here. I think it's probably going to take a little bit of time for that glass to be finished. Let's have a look. Okay, no shulker boxes yet filled with glass, so we're going to have to wait for the Doom Smelter to do its business. But hopefully this USB stick's going to look pretty sweet. Okay, the Doom Smelter's done its business. Orange glass supplies have been replenished. And this USB stick is actually starting to look pretty cool. I like it. I think it's very massive, which is fine. I kind of like what it is doing to the skyline of the netherboard, right? If we come all the way over here and look across our base, I do kind of like that. I was worrying that it would obscure the Von Butts Industrial Park, but you know what? I think it does a pretty good job of really standing out in and amongst all of these weird buildings that we have over here. And if you're flying over this particular zone, it's very obvious whose base this belongs to, right? And that was kind of the intention for setting this thing up in the first place. What I would like to do, though, I still need to finish off this side of the USB stick, by the way. I need to do this back wall. And I've also just finished installing the sides of it. Let's have a look at that. Just a nice, very simple design running up the side. I think that looks pretty cool. But yeah, I wanted to get a little bit of uranium onto the RD lettering back here, because I want this RD lettering to sort of glow at night. And I don't really know exactly how we should do this. We've got a layer of glass just behind the actual pixeling of the RD lettering. We probably just want to do it like this, I suppose, right? We don't really want to see the uranium sticking out through the back of the wall over here when we're looking at this. I think I've done this completely wrong, actually. Let's just get up here. Yeah, I need to add them over here. And then, of course, we need to make sure that these things are glowing. So let's add a couple torches. And hopefully that's going to glow nice and bright when you're looking at this. We need to get rid of that too. And then we're going to need to do the same on this side. I'm also going to have to add another RD on this side, right? That's going to be facing the opposite direction, I suppose, so that when you look at the USB stick from whatever angle, you will be able to see RD, and that's going to look pretty cool. Can I actually do this properly, please? We've got to go all the way up there, don't we? Yeah, there we go. And one more over there, I think. Is that right? I think so. It's kind of difficult to see this. Plus, I've just ran out of uranium, so I'm going to have to finish that off. I also need to finish off this back side of the wall here. So let me get this all done, guys. We'll have a look at this, and then we can start working on the nether drive. Looking pretty sweet, though. I like it. It's the dead of night on the Hermitcraft server, my friends, and we are about ready to reveal the giant ReNDoG USB stick of doom that actually doesn't do anything but looks kind of cool. Are you ready to see it? Let's take a look, baby. Oh, man. Looking pretty sweet, right? I like it, guys. I think it's turned out really, really nice. It is really big. One of the biggest structures that we've got in the Netherboard. It kind of towers over everything else in the base. But I do enjoy how it's turned out. I really like this new pattern. I think it looks fantastic. I guess the only thing that I don't like that much is the uranium behind the RD. I can kind of see it from here. Can you guys see it from here? I don't know. Let's do a little bit of a flyby and take a look. From here, you can't really see it, but from certain angles, if you're looking at it from the side, you can sort of see that uranium in there. I'm not a big fan of that. I'm not entirely sure what we could do about that. I guess we could add some orange behind the glass, like that might actually work. We could even add black behind the glass there. That could actually look pretty cool, right? Because I guess the orange glass will then disappear, I suppose. That might not look too good, but I don't know. I think I'll do a bit of experimenting off camera. Maybe we'll do some experimenting off stream. But yeah, that looks good. I like it. I like how it's turned out. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to do anything with the building, as I mentioned, because if we come up here and look down there, you can see that there are literally just a couple of blocks open for space down there. This is literally just a column of blocks open there. So we're going to have to come up with another idea for a bedroom here in our base at some point. But yeah, now at least when the hermits come by, they know whose base this belongs to. If it's not very obvious from this giant monstrosity, then I don't know what else we could do, to be honest with you. Yeah, still need to add some uranium traces around this thing too. It's looking a little bit janky. We're going to have to extend this mountainside over here also, right? Because it's sort of floating over the edge. So a little bit of work to do there too. And I suppose what we should do is get the map updated too, right? Let's go update the map a little bit over here. It shouldn't be too much of a change because when was the last time we updated this? Oh my goodness, it actually has been a while. It should be this piece, right? There we go. Okay, there it is. That beautiful little bit has been now added to the netherboard. I love it, man. Look at that. That looks freaking fantastic. I want to get a screenshot of that, baby. That's looking beautiful. There we go. Okay, so I guess that gives us the opportunity to move on to the next project here on the netherboard. I'm quite happy that we've completed that one. Everybody who's been shouting at me about finishing this thing, I hope you like it. I think it's turned out real snazzy. Next up in the series, I want to start working on the nether drive, which we mentioned earlier on in the episode. And it's going to be a giant storage facility that's going to hold over 350 double chests, which we are going to be filling up with all the reasonably collected items in Minecraft, or the items in Minecraft that we can reasonably collect without having to go to ridiculous lengths to get them, right? So that's going to be the plan. We're going to be installing the nether drive right here where the Mumbo face is. So first task is going to be to get rid of the Mumbo face, I think, to give us enough space for this. I was originally thinking about making this, you know what, maybe we don't get rid of the Mumbo face. I was thinking about making the silo round, right? So like following the actual design of this Mumbo face, but I don't know, it's going to be a little bit tricky. I was thinking a little bit about this when I woke up this morning. Like if we kept the silo to this design, right, to this sort of rounded design, I think it's going to look real cool. But how, for example, are we going to set up the chests in here? How are we going to set up some staircases in here, for example? My original plan was to, for this giant silo that we are going to make, was to make some sort of a building that was rectangular like this, because that sort of fits the theme of the netherboard quite nicely, right? And then let me just add another layer of blocks over here, so maybe I can show you what I mean. So say, for example, this is the very small version of it. What I wanted to do was have all of the items stored in chests on the two sides of the walls, like so, right? Let's just get these walls up. So these glass blocks represent where the chests would go in the building. Let's just make make them double up here because what I wanted to do was do something really cool with some staircases. We're going to literally have layers upon layers worth of chests that we're going to need to have access to, right? So what I was thinking about doing was setting up some sort of a staircase in the center of the passageway, and then at each floor we would have like another floor of floor, I guess. Wow, the brain has stopped functioning right now, guys. I'm running out of juice at the moment. But yeah, it's going to make it really easy, right? Because then we can build some staircases running up the center of the particular building, right? So in the center over here, we could have a staircase that would come up like this, and then maybe it would go down again on this side of the building, right? So you would have two ways to get into the different floors and so on and so forth. Then up here, maybe the staircase would be over here, for example, right? Does that make sense to you? I hope so. The staircase would sort of come up here to the next floor, and then on that particular floor, it would be different again. It would go back to the central staircase. So you would have this sort of spiraling staircase, a staircase in the center, and then two staircases along the side. And when you looked up the building, you would see all these different staircases, almost like escalators in a mall or something like that. That's kind of what I'm envisioning. I think what I've done here was absolute garbage. You guys probably had no idea what I was talking about. But yeah, let's say escalators in a mall. Does that make sense if I put it that way? That was sort of my original plan for this giant item silo that I want to build. But maybe we could do that using this particular building layout, right? Like using the Mumbo Face layout. That actually might work out quite nicely. I'm just a little bit worried that this silo might not have enough space for all of the chests that we need. Although because it's going up, maybe that doesn't matter, right? We can just make the silo much taller, for example. You know what? I'm kind of a little bit confused right now about exactly what I want to do with the nether drive. So I think I'm going to end the episode here for today, guys. We've achieved quite a lot already. We've had a nice chat about what the hard drive might look like, and we've got our new USB stick installed, so that's kind of sweet. I think I'm going to spend a little bit of time off camera thinking more about this, maybe go do couple of designs on a test server somewhere, see if I can come up with something sweet. But yeah, we're going to start working on that in the next episode, my friends, and hopefully it's going to be awesome. We're going to have to start categorizing it also, trying to figure out exactly what items are going to go where, and then we've got to start the process of collecting, well, tens of thousands of blocks before the end of Season 5. We've got a lot of time still to go, but you never know, man. It's going to be a lot of work to get all those items, so the sooner we can get started, the better, I think. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this episode. I hope you have enjoyed it. Let me know what you think about the beautiful RD USB stick over there, and if you enjoyed it, remember to hit that like button. Hey, if you're new from somewhere on the interwebs, welcome to the ReNDoG channel. Why don't you hit that subscribe button, baby? Lots more things happening on my channel. Go check out my Minecraft survival series if you haven't done so already. And I haven't mentioned it this year so far, but let me mention it right now at the end of the video. If you're looking for a brand new Minecraft server to play on, where you can go join a whole bunch of people from all over the world, go check out my Minecraft fan server. It's 100% free for you guys to join. It's server.dogcraft.net. It is freaking awesome. And yeah, hope to see you guys there. Anyway, that's going to do it for now, guys. Thank you so much for watching. ReNDoG signing out. We'll smell you all in the next episode.